charge your privacy.
But I cannot.
Okay.
Because
Okay,
am,
now
in my early
I'm a little bit
30s,
early
I
for the
would like
line.
to stay on my own. Actually, I have to stay on my own. So I'm actually, I would love to hear from you.
So we're both live in YouTube and TikTok, both places. Yep. If anyone want to ask questions, can go ahead. Hi everyone for joining me. Thank you for joining me. I know it's been a while since last time I did the live sessions. Yeah, so today we're just gonna. I didn't really plan for this. It's been a while. It's really been a while to do a live sessions because I'm actually live in both platforms. One in YouTube and one in TikTok. It's a milestone. If you do follow me on YouTube, it's a milestone for me because just really hit. Because I think in YouTube is a little bit difficult to hit. The growth is not as fast as TikTok. So in YouTube channel, we just hit about 2,000 followers. So now we're still going. So that's why we want to do a live session just to keep in touch with the people who has been following us all these times. And yeah, if you got any questions, feel free to ask. Okay, hi. Thank you for coming in, Phyllis. And thank you for joining. My TikTok live is almost, I think I'm supposed to live about 8, but it's okay. Yeah, thank you for that. If you find, feel free to share this live sessions if you find anyone who might be interested in, yeah, so goals having maybe 10. Okay, let's see. Let's play around. Manage. Okay. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Okay, let me see. Anything I can change in here? Okay. Okay. Thank you for joining me for the live sessions. Okay, let me see. What are we doing right now? Thank you for joining. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. What else? Got it. Questions? Yeah, feel to ask anything. I know everybody is doing TikTok live shop since the holidays. Sorry, this one, no TikTok shop. Yeah. No TikTok shop. Okay. It's not doing much, just really watching the news. See what is going on in the world. Okay. Thank you for joining in. Any questions, you can feel free to ask. Okay. Thank you for joining in. Let's try to read some questions in here. If you feel free to share. Yeah, feel free to share. Okay. Okay. Maybe no. Okay, just keep it in there. Okay. So how's everyone doing? So today is the Wednesday, December 14th. So it's at the middle of the week. Hopefully everyone is doing their Christmas holiday shoppings. I know a lot of hosts are doing the TikTok live, TikTok shop. So yeah, okay. So since it's been 8 o'clock, so I think I will start. So sorry. Currently, if you follow me on TikTok, we have a channel that talking about chiropractic. And on YouTube, we also have a channel we share about things in Singapore, such as local culture. That's one thing. Local culture about Singapore. That's one thing, as well as some just personal experience living in Singapore for about 10 to 11 years. So I do share that in YouTube. So if you haven't followed me on YouTube, you can go maybe give it a follow. On TikTok, because of my real job is actually I'm a chiropractor, so I'm a chiropractor working here in Singapore. So it's been chiropractor more than 11 years. So thank you for doing. So that means, you know, in Singapore for about 11 years. So I've been a chiropractor more than 11 years as well. Yeah, so thank you for giving the thumbs up. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Yeah, so I think everyone is really for watching the World Cup. Not really big soccer fans, but consider soccer is a very high intensity, high impact sports. Actually, there's quite a lot of injury. You'll be surprised. Some of the common injury happens in soccer, such as, I mean, like from my experience, we see a lot of torn ligaments inside of knee, the ACL ligament torn, which is very common nowadays. You know, high intensity. I lost weight. High intensities sports. So that is, I would say, for the knee injury, sometimes people can easily have hamstring injuries by, you know, practicing, because it is a high intensity, high impact sports. So it does increase your chance of injury in that. So then if you look at the current, so I'm live from Singapore. So I assume whenever they go live, it's very regional. So I'm not sure how is it the following. So if you're not from Singapore, you can go ahead, type in. So maybe we will get some follow viewers from different places. Okay, yeah, I think it's very regional, because at 8 o'clock usually there's quite a lot of people going live as well. So I think you might see me here. Okay, let me see. So some of the very common injuries in soccer are ankle sprain, knee sprain, calf strain, clavicle fracture. Clavicle fracture is actually, totally makes sense because your clavicle is sitting right on your chest. So any impact or anyone who is, you know, either running towards you or you could land on the ground in a very awkward way, some kind of impact, you can easily clavicle. And beside your clavicle, if you touch your clavicle, it's kind of like a protruding, right? So it's a very obvious point you can touch. So that means if your injury is whenever you land, because it's protruding, so it's, you know, obviously have a high contact to that joint, so it can easily like injure that area. So those are obviously the wrist fracture. Do encounter someone who used to play. I can't remember he's a patient or it's his coach that used to play soccer professionally, but no longer can do so due to the fact that he had a complete wrist fracture. So I think he was trying to either he's a goalie or what not really sure exactly how to injure him, but what happened is pretty much the bones and the wrist in his hand has completely fractured. So it's like a compound fracture when we talk about more than one joint that's been broken. So it's a complete fracture in the hands and the wrist. So that will ends up him can no longer play soccer professionally. So later on he become a coach, and then that's what happened after that. Yeah, so those are coming, and also like kneecap bursitis, which makes sense because based on the runnings, they were definitely gonna have some issues with that, and also the meniscus tears with that. First time, no, I don't think so. It will not be painful. Yeah, I don't think so. Actually, if you go to our page, we have quite a lot of video of people who have done their first chiropractic experience. We get the permissions, so these are people who never had a chiropractic adjustments, so they were just experiencing that for the first time. So we get them to give them consent and permission. We film, so if you go to the our TikTok page, you can actually find it, which is people who experience in chiropractic for the first time. So in that sense, then no, it's safe, it's not painful, unless you're extremely sensitive, that anything can be painful to you. So yeah, it's evening for me. Maybe morning if you are in the States, maybe. But it's an evening for me. We are about 8 p.m. right now. So we're about 8 p.m. right now. Yeah. Okay. Tab, comment, ping. Okay. So everyone is watching the World Cup today. Who is playing? Cup current updates. Okay, so for today is Croatia and Argentina. Ooh, okay. So, but that will be later on today. So, I guess it is interesting because we are getting into the quarterfinals. So yeah. Let me see. Croatia, Argentina. Oh, so Argentina won. Okay. So tomorrow is France versus. Okay, then. Wow. So on the 18th of December, it will be the end of the World Cup. Okay. I guess it is coming to the end. Who do you think is gonna win? So yeah. Your guess is as good as mine. Okay. So if you are playing sports, few things we always wanted to keep in mind, which is probably do something to minimize your chance of injuries. So that's something you want to keep in mind. Okay, thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining me today. Yeah, thank you for the likes though. Thank you for the likes. I think people are really more active on the TikTok than YouTube. Yeah, thank you for the like. Thank you for the thumbs up. I see some people are giving some thumbs up here in the in YouTube as well. So thank you for that. Yeah. Okay, great. Okay. Oh, are you using the vertical one for this? Okay, hold on. Maybe I should change. Oh, okay. Never mind. It's locked. I cannot change the orientations. Okay, I guess I only can do in the front then. Okay. Hi Yin. Thank you for joining in. Yeah. Don't gamble. Yes, please do not gamble. It's terrible. It's terrible for everybody. Yeah. There's no winner in this. Okay. All right. Let me see what else. So what kind of a condition would be suitable for a chiropractic? And there are, actually we are very specialized in the pain management and the sports injury. So things like maybe things like neck pain, headache, if you have a difficult sleeping due to the pain, those we can help as well. As well as what else? Joint related issues. We treat a lot of low back and shoulder pain area recently. I think just because people are working from home, so that increases probably in the area. So yeah. Hi Clee. It's an interesting name. Thank you for joining me on this Wednesday night. So I'm not sure what happened if I play the music. Would that be an issue with the copywritings on YouTube or TikTok? Not really sure. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Everybody should be easy to, let me see. Okay, thank you for joining in. Okay. Thank you for joining in on YouTube as well. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let me see. Okay, so what's the latest trend? Let's see. Actually, I am kind of in the middle of editing some videos. Usually I post for YouTube. So right now I'm just kind of doing a little bit of work here, doing live simultaneously, I guess. For the long form videos on our YouTube channels, we try to post at least once a week. It's for us, something for us to, yeah, once a week. We try to post about once a week. But for TikTok, since it's a short-term content, we post quite often. Okay, let me see. Can I play music in this? Really just work music. while I work some stuff in here. Let me see. Can I comment back? Am I coming back? Just a cozy day working. Thanks for the like. Yeah. It's really working. Can join me. If you need a study partner, feel free. Type a comment to him. Okay, let me see how to comment to him. So this is interesting. So they did a survey to see what are the most common search items that people are searching on Google in 2022. Apparently Wordly was one of them. I don't know if you play Wordly. It's like basically, I think you play with your friends to see which one can get the most of the words right. So obviously sometimes you wasn't really sure. Maybe people were going back to research to search the word they put on Wordly, so that's they can in a way to find the right answer for that. But you're playing on the phone, right? So you have a lot of room for, I guess, to so-called to check your own answers with that. Yeah. Then obviously the LKY musical was also very trendy search on Google's in Singapore. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. In Google Singapore. So yeah, interesting for that. Obviously the COVID-19 has gone down, so they no longer become a trendy questions. Grand Prix Singapore, and it was also very trendy topics. Okay, so trendy TV shows. All of Us Are Dead. Well, I think that's Netflix shows, right? Single Inferno, yeah, that's again a Netflix show. Business Proposal. Never seen it, but Extraordinary Attorney, that's a Korean drama, I believe so. Manifest, the US TV shows. Moon Knight is a Disney shows of a superhero. Stranger Things, okay. Glad it ends up in the trendy TV shows in Singapore. And Euphoria, I think if you're Gen Z, you'll definitely have seen. If you're Gen Z, you definitely have seen Euphoria. It's yeah, Gen Z will definitely see that. Obviously, the major event was happening this year, like Amber Heard, Johnny Depp, Jason Wong. Oh, okay, I think Jackson Wang, that's the pop star, right? Who performs in who performs. So also Will Smith, okay, which makes sense. That's during the what do you call that? The Oscar. He violently slapped another comedian on the stage. Alchemist of Souls. Inventing and is that the one based on the scam artist who is pretty much portraying herself as social elitist and trying to get into all these like hosting the best parties in the in the history of parties, I guess. So I think she's a scam artist. I don't know. I never really watched the whole movie anyway. Yeah, trending movies. Seen quite a few of them. Actually, pretty much most of them. Thor: Love and Thunder. Did go to Black Adam premiere. Saw it before it was officially released in the theater. Yeah, so that was pretty interesting. It was a good movie, I would say. I'm kind of glad they finally DC is taking a serious role into creating their own universe, because Marvel definitely has outdone. I mean, DC has the best. No, I won't say best. Some very famous, well-known superheroes, but they never really investing time to do it. So yeah, so I think I do feel like it's kind of like a waste for them to not fully engage for that. Yeah. Okay. Lingu, obviously, Djokovic, tennis. Yeah. And getting financial or dictionary to look it up. NFT. People wanted to understand what is NFT. How to play Wally. Okay. How to use the CDC voucher. Did you get a CDC voucher? I did not get any. See, how to report COVID positive. Okay. Yeah. How to play Lost Ark. What is Lost Ark? How to do NS55. Okay, so that's the special NS55. That's like incentive with money that given to the investment from the government, right? Yeah. And register for the booster shots. Okay. Hustle. Aphasia, just I think difficult to speak. Aphasia. Yeah. So the trending games, number one is what is Lost Ark. What is this Lost Ark? International 2022, Overwatch 2, Tower of Fantasy, Elder Rings. Okay, so Elder Rings never played, but I think I know what it is. There's so many people around me are playing it, so I think I have a good idea. I'm a little late to flying all the jets right now. Okay, yeah. Then the Pokemon Arceus Stray. Sorry, okay. Liu Qingyi. Okay, so that's the badminton player. Number one badminton player back in 2020 or currently he is the world top 3 badminton player. Born in Malaysian, he used to be a Malaysian in Penang. Liked to play badminton when he was young, but I think again based on my own speculation, yes, he gave that up due to study, and probably the family wanted him to spend more time to study rather than play badminton. He has 3 older brothers, about him, they also play badminton together. So you can see like in his environment, the badminton has, it's a sport that he has been playing for a very, very long time. I think when he was 15 years old, he got a scholarship to Singapore to the sports school. But in the meantime, he also got another scholarship to one of the Malaysia sports school. But he decided to not to go stay in Malaysia, so he came to Singapore. So he came to Singapore. I think he also converted to Singapore citizens a few years later, and played for Singapore for a few other tournaments, and he won. So that making his way up to the currently world number 3 badminton player, but at one point he was the number 1 badminton player, beating. I don't think it's a Chinese player. It's an Indonesian player, and one more is somewhere in Europe. It's either a German player. I cannot really remember exactly. Which one it is. So he was at one point low key and he was at one point top 1 badminton player, and he won that when he was only 25 years old. Okay, so people who are watching, if you are 25 years old, think about what you were doing. And when the Alkian is already the number 1 badminton player in the world, he said he has to give up school to in order to train professionally. Something that his mother wasn't really keen on, getting that information from him, because after all, he did go to Singapore to further his studies. He's supposed to get a degrees and perhaps further his career, but he said halfway through he said, nope, I want to pursue badminton professionally, so I am going to give up school so I can train professionally. So great. Maybe many people does not really believe him at that time, but clearly he has. Hard work paid off, right? It's very interesting. A segment about him is when he won the, I think, world number 1 title, the prize money, I think there is no prize money, or is like very little prize money, or no prize money at all. So he at that point in time, he's world number 1 badminton player. There's a lot of publicities around that. So he said like, yeah, although I'm world number 1, but there's no prize money, or the whatever prize money I'm getting is like minimal. So his fan started a GoFundMe page, so raised about, I think, a 96,000 for him, as a way for him to like, hey, you did win number 1 as a badminton player, so there should be some kind of reward, right? Yeah. But the thing is, I'm not sure. I'm sure he is have a lot of being ambassadors for brand that definitely can pay him, so he can continue to play. But I think maybe there's not much of a prize money if you are playing professionally. Like the prize money is like very, very, it's not much. So if you in order to sustain yourself, beside you how to be excellent in the sports you're in, and also you need to probably need to get a outside sponsorship, ambassadorship in order to sustain your lifestyle. But luckily he is currently number 3 in the world, so that definitely helped him. Exactly. So came from very, very humble family. Father was an engineer. I think mom is a stay-home mom. Yeah, 4 kids in the family. He's the 4 kids or 3 kids in the family. Yeah. So, but he has an older brother who also does badminton, but but he's the one who's kind of like made it. It's a very interesting guy, I would say. You know, for someone as young as 25. I mean, when we look at the physiology, right? When you are 20 to 26 or 27, that's your prime of physiology for any sportsman. Also, you know, depends on what kind of sports you're doing. When you're at that age, 22 to 26, your physiology is at the prime level. And that's the times, you know, if you are in a non-contact contact sports, which is you minimize your injury to your bodies. That means, you know, your athletic shelf life can go very long. So for him to 25 to achieve that, so meaning like he has a long way to go. You know, he's a sportsman shelf life is much longer. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Never seen. There's an older brother. Right now, okay, this is interesting. So Low Ki and so older brother Ki Him, who is a member of Singapore national badminton team, but his oldest brother King Chai is not professionally involved in sports, but work as a cabin crew for the Singapore airline. His second older brother, King Wei, is engineer at the semiconductor factories in Penang. Lo's family speak Hokkien at home. Lo's initial LKY has, I guess people do mistaking him to the founding father of Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew. Yeah, it's just same initials, LKY. You know, Lo, King Yang, Lee Kuan Yew. Lo himself responds to conversations, starting laughing. Name is now my choice. He just nice. Yeah. What a happy coincidence, I would say. Yeah. What a happy coincidence. Okay. I think currently he is doing the HSBC tournament in Netherlands or here. Yeah. I don't know, for young athletes, I always try to find out more about them. Like, you know, it's a bit unconventional, especially in this part of the world, to be a young athlete. And you know, kind of being that someone who doesn't really follow the social norm. So yeah, so I do find that it's definitely a unusual about that. So always want to find out more, you know, more about what made him wanted to go for sports professionally. Obviously he has a very humble beginning, you know. I just wanted to find out more about that. It turns out he had a very humble beginning. Yeah. Okay. Let's see.